Welcome to Looking at Legal Stuff. Today we have 3 hearings in a case with a woman who says her Karen neighbor won't leave her alone and has been making up all sorts of crazy accusations against her, including keeping her up at night by cursing and screaming horrible things at her through the walls, hijacking her Netflix and internet, remotely controlling her TV, and she even accused her of sleeping with her boyfriend. The woman says none of it is true and she just wants to be left alone. Let's see what the judge thinks.
All right, Rose Curtis and Rhonda Yell, both activate your audio and video, please. Ms. Curtis,
Yeah.
yeah, video capability there.
Trying to figure it out. Oh, okay.
There we go. Thank you. Both raise your right hands for me. Swear that testimony in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Ms. Yell,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Your Honor, my boyfriend, Gustavo Pelayo, is also here. We're just together, so he didn't know that he had to sign in separately.
No, he didn't have to. All right, so is it Perez or Pelayo?
Pelayo.
Okay, Mr. Pelayo, raise your right hand, please. Swear that testimony in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So explain this to me, Ms. Curtis. I was a little unsure about exactly what the relationship is between the two of you and Ms. Yell. It looks like you are all tenants in the same building. Is that right?
No, we live in a trailer park, and there's no relationship other than she's just my neighbor that lives on the side of me, and
Okay.
and that's it.
Okay. So, and you say that she yells at night. Is she yelling at you or at Mr. Pelayo? What's the story there?
Yeah, in a passive aggressive type of way. She has come over to my house several different occasions, like screaming and yelling up at my door and accusing me and my boyfriend of weird things that are completely like unexpected. And she says things like we're trying to control her internet and her Roku and just random weird things like that. And she said she makes up stories about us trying to get us kicked out of here to my landlord and to the police, and it's just gotten out of control, and I've let it go for quite a long time now, and it's getting to the point where like I'm starting to feel kind of threatened, pretty threatened. And
Okay, how often does she come over?
well, she hasn't come over for, I don't know, what, a few months maybe?
Yeah.
A few months probably at this point in time, but she does other things like calls the police on us and makes up stories and stuff. So, and goes and makes up stories about us to the landlord, and it's all, so like when I first moved in, she thought that I was sleeping with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend lives on the other side of me. He lives on one side, her boyfriend lives on the other side.
Right.
For some reason, I don't know why, she thought that I was sleeping with her boyfriend, and which is not even close to the truth. And so that's kind of all what started it. Ever since then, she's had something out for me, and I don't know why. And it's just been like a whole, I don't know. She's came over and apologized actually, and like left notes and like gift bags of used clothes and used makeup and stuff, and apologizing and saying that she's bipolar and she's so sorry that she acted that way and whatever, and it won't happen again. And then I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. And then it'll happen. Then she'll deal with something else, and it'll happen again. And it's ridiculous. I just want her to leave me alone.
How long has this been going on?
Since I've lived here for what, over a year, almost 2 years, yeah.
Okay.
And it just seems to be getting worse. Like, I don't even pay any attention to her at all. I don't have anything to do with her. I don't even think about her. And then she'll do something and say something crazy about me. And I just really want her to leave me alone.
Okay, now you indicated in your petition that she threatens you. What does she threaten?
Yeah, she's threatened. She'll be outside in the middle of the night, like screaming and yelling at how she's gonna kick my ass and whatever, and just random crazy threats.
And you know it's directed at you.
Yeah,
How? Is she using her name, your name, or what is she
yeah,
saying?
yeah, for sure. Me and my boyfriend.
Okay, so she's directing it to the two of you,
Mm-hmm.
not just yelling at the moon.
No, like she's definitely is at us.
And you said that she threatened to use black magic. What do you mean by that?
So I found a phone outside in my backyard one time, and because she cuts through my yard to go to her boyfriend's, and so I found a phone out there and I didn't know whose it was, and so I looked at it to try to find out whose it was, and I went into the messages and I started reading some of the messages, and it was her talking to one of her friends about us and how she thinks that I'm sleeping with her boyfriend and she's gonna do some black magic spells on me. And I don't remember the details of it, but it was kind of scary, you know. And then we gave her phone back.
Okay.
I did take screenshots of all those.
And Mr. Palaio, do you have anything you want to add?
That's about it. I mean, just it's crazy. We don't have nothing to do with her. She's really.
Okay, but so if I understand correctly, it's been a couple months since she has come over to your property. Is that right?
Yeah, but she's done other things. Like she called, like a week ago, she called the police on us and had the police come out, and we weren't even home. I don't even know what she told them, but I saw on my cameras that the police were at my door, and I did some research and I found out that she had called them and some kind of type of disturbance, and we were at work. We weren't even there. So she made up some, I don't know what she said to them, but they came out and to my house, and I'm like, she does stuff like that, even though she doesn't directly come to me anymore. She does stuff like that, or she'll go to my landlord and tell him that I'm trying to control her Roku, and stealing her internet and just weird random stuff like that.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Ms. Yell?
Basically, I've never threatened or intimidated or made any verbal threats towards Rose. I've maybe had 3 conversations with Rose, and those conversations were over 2 years ago. And I apologized to Rose and resolved that issue. I feel that Rose is retaliating against me to purposely make me look out to be the perpetrator. And I'm not the one who's cussing her out or calling her names all night long. That this verbal abuse from Rose has been going on for the last 6 to 9 months. I'm not the one who's monitoring Rose or Gustavo's behavior. I have never bothered them or observed or monitored them or stalked Rose, nor have I ever verbally threatened or bullied or called Rose any names. I've been kept all hours of the night being called a fucking bitch. I hate you. I'm going to you. I've had both Rose and Gustavo state to go kill myself, and I should have shot you already. I've had my Wi-Fi hacked into, and I had many disruptions, too many to count. Rose has kept me up for 4 or 5 days, making these threats over and over all night long. I couldn't call the police in fear of Rose's threats of retaliation. I did notify the manager of the park, and he advised me to file an anti-harassment order, and I told them I would think about it. Rose claims that I keep her up all night, but I sleep 12 hours a night, and I turn my TV down at 10 o'clock. And in the past, I've asked Rose to please respect my privacy, and her response was, "You think I'm up and jealous of you, bitch." Because of Rose's threats Rose has made towards me, I now feel for my own safety, and I've had to go through so much stress, strain, and mental duress. I'm exhausted, confused, and afflicted. I'm unable to cope with my daily life, and because of the situation, I recently signed up for counseling, and I've had 2 appointments. I missed 2. I've had to change my door locks 2 times, and I've changed my internet provider 2 times. I recently ordered home security to keep myself safe in this situation. It has cost me my finances, my health, and my safety. It's been a financial burden on me, and Rose has caused me strife and abuse for the last year. I've done nothing wrong but keep to myself. I don't get involved in neighborhood drama nor any of the neighbors, and I would like the behavior to stop. I just want peace of mind, and I'd like to be left alone and be able to live in solitude where I can have some kind of peaceful situation come to this resolve. I've had to put up some window tint on my windows because Rose and Gustavo were looking in while they were pretending to water plants. I've had to keep my windows and doors closed because of the constant eavesdropping. I feel like I have no privacy in my home. And basically, I know that Rose makes sure that when she leaves that she has Gustavo watch me and monitor me while I'm there, so I can't call 911 because she's accusing me that I'm calling 911 all the time on her for the last year. And basically, I've had to go to many medical appointments, and I've had panic attacks because of the situation. I live alone, and I don't have any friends or family to go through, so I live in fear and in trepidation. And basically, I felt like I've been followed on a number of occasions. But I've suffered so much mental distress because of this, and I've had breakdowns, and I just want the behavior to stop. That it's not me that's doing this, that it's Rose that's the one who's the one that's harassing me.
Right.
And I provide with you some statements from some family and friends. From Roger Yowell, and I provide a statement from Raina Pearson, Rita Nice, Miles Toll, and my neighbor Ramona Bear. And then I provided some documentations of my journals. And thank you, Your Honor.
And Ms. Curtis, do you have anything else you want to add?
There's not one bit of truth to any single thing that she said. Not one single bit of truth. I've never ever even purposely talked to this lady in my life. Not once have I talked to her or had any. I don't understand why she even thinks this stuff about us, other than her thinking I was sleeping with her boyfriend. That's when it all started. And her boyfriend had told us on numerous occasions how she's crazy, and every single one,
She's off her medication or something like that.
and all of our neighbors will say how she's crazy and bipolar or whatever mental illness she's got that is paranoid about people. And she thinks that we would want, for some reason, to stalk her or even know what she's doing. I don't care about any of that. Like, she's of no importance to me. I don't even think about her. I never have. So all these are just delusions, and I would appreciate it if she got some help, because it's kind of affecting my life, and I really don't want anything to do with this drama. I don't have problems with any of my neighbors. So
Thank you.
it's honestly kind of sad if she really believes that kind of stuff. It's kind of concerning and sad.
All right, listening to the two of you, Ms. Curtis indicates that there had been a period of time in which Ms. Yao was yelling at her, taking offense under the belief that Ms. Curtis had relationships with Ms. Yao's boyfriend. That apparently, the direct contact from Ms. Yao to Ms. Curtis apparently stopped a few months back. There's a concern by Ms. Curtis and Mr. Pelayo that Ms. Yao reports falsities to the landlord in the trailer park and also has been calling the police and making false allegations and leading to at least one stop by the police at Ms. Curtis's and Mr. Pelayo's residence when they weren't present. On the other hand, Ms. Yao says, in fact, it's the opposite, that she's being harassed by Ms. Curtis. And then Mr. Pelayo watches her and she feels under duress from the pressure they're putting on her and has asked for a realignment of the parties. There was a temporary order issued in this case. I'm going to first indicate to the parties that this court, I don't have any authority to tell somebody not to call the police. I don't have any authority to tell them to not talk to the landlord. I don't have any authority to tell them to tell the truth. If Ms. Curtis or Ms. Yao is going to go to the landlord and say things that aren't true about Ms. Curtis and Mr. Pelayo, we don't have the authority under this process to tell her not to do that. And we don't have any authority to tell her not to call law enforcement. It's up to law enforcement. It's up to the landlord to make the decisions they want to make and decide whether they want to listen to what Ms. Yao is telling them or not. So I'm going to find that Ms. Yao is not directly contacting Ms. Curtis and Mr. Pelayo at this point in time. I will not enter the protection order. And the one temporary order will cease as of today. I will, however, make a record that Ms. Curtis and Mr. Pelayo, Ms. Yao have made very clear that they do not want any contact from you. So they have the right to come back and refile this order if you contact them in the future. You are to, there's no order here, but you are well advised not to have contact with them since they have made very clear that they don't want to hear from you at all. And on the other hand, for Ms. Curtis and Mr. Pelayo, Ms. Yao has said that she doesn't want to hear from the two of you. And she has the right to make that request and has made it. So Ms. Yao has the right to file a petition if she believes that you contact her over her objection to have contact. You both have asked for the very same thing, that is, leave me alone. So hopefully the two of you can live up to that. But as I've said, the court will not limit what somebody can say about somebody else and doesn't prohibit people from calling law enforcement or speaking to their landlord. That's something the court will not address. All right, I've signed a denial order. Thank you both.
2 months later.
So this is case 2545. Ms. Yao, were you able to serve notice on Rose Carter for today?
Yes, ma'am. I served her twice, actually.
All right, well, I don't have proof of that. Let's see, I'm looking, when I reviewed all this on Friday, I didn't see that.
I got a Rita Nice and a Ramona Bear on 225. Let me look. And on 221 of 25 from Rita, and then again from Ramona Bear on 1225.
I'm just looking through the court file.
She put the packet
Just
back
let me look through the
on.
court file. I don't need anything from
Yeah,
you right
oh,
now.
sorry.
Let me just look through that and then I'll turn back to you. So one return of service here from Ramona Bear says that she dropped them for Ms. Carter, and then she indicates, Ms. Bear indicates, oh, this is the problem. So this is the problem. All right, let me try and decipher this because it doesn't make sense because I've got someone who's signing this that is not the person who said they did the service. Well, Ramona Bear did, and then I've got yet another incomplete. So I've got some very, all right. One Ramona Bear, but then I have one page that speaks from Arita Nice, but I don't know what else she's done. And it's page 3 of 3, and there are 1 and 2 are missing. So do you have all these that you can forward to the court this morning?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so we're going to put in the chat where you should send it because you've got incomplete information here and I can't go forward on incomplete information. So what I need is what did this Rita Nice do? And I need the full 3 pages so I can evaluate that. All right. So get that done.
Okay.
And then I'll come back to you.
There we
Zial, have
go.
you forwarded that information yet?
Yes, I sent it by email.
All right.
I scanned it and sent it by email, Your Honor.
You can add it to the case file. That'll be fine. All right, so my clerk's going to get that for me, and then I'll turn back to you here. Let me put you under oath while I've got you, Ms. Yao. Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
All right. All right, so then Ms. Yell, then I've now reviewed the full information from Ms. Nice, and I see all the pages here that she says that she provided the notice of hearing, petition, declarations, and she states here, Rose refused to take the papers, so I dropped them and she returned them to Rhonda's residence. What do you know of having that? Did Ms. Carter come to you and give you those documents?
Ma'am, her name is Curtis, not Carter.
Well, you
I
filed
have
it.
Rita here if you wanted to.
So answer my
I have
question if
Rita
you
here
would.
if you
Did
wanted to
this
speak.
person that you want an order against, Rose, did she give you these documents back like Ms. Nice says?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And when was that? Do you remember?
It was
that same night I delivered them.
What was the
It was
date?
the same. It
was the same day. I have Rita here if you'd like to speak with her.
It was the same day that I
Well,
delivered them.
It was the same day that.
Yeah. So did you
Oh,
receive
it
them
was the
back?
same day that. Yes, it was the same day she
How
delivered
did she
them
do that?
by hand.
Okay. All right. So that would have been the 21st, it looks like. Let me look at that again. 21st. All right. Now, Ms. Yao, we did not issue a temporary order, and I've reviewed your information here. Is there something new or different that I should review from when you filed that petition? There's a lot of information you just scanned in. Anything since you filed your petition that has occurred?
Yeah, I did a
Since February
a
18th.
public record search on Miss Curtis.
I want to know what's happened to
Oh.
you concerning Ms. Curtis since February 18.
She's been calling me names still and basically calling, I don't know if I'm allowed to say any curse words or on
You can go
I
ahead.
don't know
Tell
if
me
I'm
what
allowed
she
to say
said.
what she
Tell me what
asked.
she said.
She's been calling me effing bitch and F you, Rhonda, at night. This goes on all night long. It happened from tonight. It happened from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. this morning.
So describe that
And
situation that
then
happened
she
last night.
as I was working on some paperwork on the computer, I could hear her over there saying, F you, Rhonda. And I just had to ignore it. And I felt really scared, and there's nothing I could do. And I felt frustrated. And I just had to continue, trying to get some sleep. And then she interrupts my Wi-Fi, and then will turn down my internet. She'll interrupt my internet service, and I've tried to
Did that happen
tried to
since
put
the
security
18th?
protection.
Did
Oh
that
yeah,
happen since the
yes.
18th? And how do you know she does that or that she's doing
Oh
that?
yeah. I know because it's a pattern of behavior that she does.
How
And
do you know when she's doing
when
it?
she's not here, it doesn't happen. She'll be clicking and making notifications on my my internet, and then when I'm using my laptop, and then she'll turn down my TV and interrupt my show, my music or whatever I'm watching on TV, and then it will just stop and automatically go off.
See if I have any other questions for you.
Okay.
Well, anything else, Ms. Yowell, since the filing of your petition?
Yeah, she's just basically her behavior, and is the pattern of behavior is she just won't stop. I just want her off my internet, and she keeps repeatedly interrupting my service. And when I pull up to the driveway, she keeps calling me names, and I just don't understand why she continues to do this. I mean, all I want is peace.
Yeah. And your neighbors?
Yes.
And you're in 16 and she's in 14. These are what, trailers or mobile homes or what?
Yeah, mobile homes. Mine's a trailer, and a manufactured home, technically.
Thank you. I was trying to find the right words. And this is are you renting this, or you own this and it's on land that you're renting?
Correct.
Okay. And
I
so
own
there's
the home. I own the home, and I'm renting the land. Yeah, correct.
okay, so you're all right. And you've lived there how long?
16 years.
So, Ms. Yowell, I was looking through, Judge Meyer first reviewed all of your information, your petition and information. Then I've reviewed your petition and then this new information. And, I mean, I think the court sympathizes with you, but I have to go by the law, and the law doesn't allow me to issue an order against Ms. Carter Curtis, given the facts that you've provided in writing here and what I've heard today. The law is a different thing than how you feel harassed. And so there will not be an order going further against your neighbor, Ms. Carter or Ms. Curtis, as you say. So that ends the hearing. And I know you're like, well, what do you do next? And I can't give you legal advice or tell you what to do. I mean, you've got maybe a landlord, and I don't know what else to tell you, but I unfortunately am not allowed to tell you what to do. But there won't be any further order, and that ends the hearing. So that's it for today. You can sign off.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
6 months later.
All right. And finally, we have the Yell Curtis matter. This is number 250000285. Ms. Yell, I appreciate your patience. I know you've been sitting here for a while. The other party was in another courtroom and we had to transfer them over, which can sometimes be a slow process. And good morning as well to Ms. Rose Curtis. Thank you both for being here today. Now, I see that both parties are here, so we can proceed. I'm going to ask first, I'm going to swear parties in. Ms. Yell, would you be so kind as to raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you provide at today's hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And Ms. Yell, I can't hear
I
you.
do.
There we go. Perfect. All right, Ms. Curtis,
Yeah.
can you raise your right hand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you provide at today's hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Excellent. You can put your hand down. I'll consider you both sworn in and speaking under oath, and thus affected by the expectations of honesty. Bear with me. All right. Give me a few moments. I'm going to need a couple of minutes to review some of the paperwork in this. All right. I've had a chance to review this. I'll start with Ms. Yell. You are the petitioner in this matter. What would you like me to know about this?
That it's had a severe impact on my state, my mental and emotional state, and I feel for my safety in being in my own home. And I was just going to ask, Your Honor, if I could have some more additional time to submit my medical records and possibly ask for a continuance on this matter, because I have other supporting evidence that I wanted to add to the case.
All right. Ms. Curtis, do you have any objection to a continuance in this matter, simply setting it over?
Yeah, actually I do. I'm taking time out of my work. I work 2 jobs. I'm having to take time out just to have this done. I wasn't even served correctly. I wasn't even served at all. My daughter answered the door and then she told the lady that she wasn't me. Closed the door. The lady dropped the paperwork. This is on the 17th. Dropped the paperwork on my porch, I guess. I don't have time to deal with any of this nonsense. Like, I don't know if you guys, I turned in paperwork or emailed all my paperwork, whatever, to the email address. I really.
Ma'am, I'll start off by saying I understand that you did not have proper service in this matter. However, you did appear today. So I know that you were aware of this hearing. That's about all I do to service. As to emails, there's quite a bit in this file. I've had a chance to review some of it, but today's hearing it's reasonable to, well, I'm going to go back and say this. It's reasonable to refuse a or to object to a continuance in this matter. Ms. Yell, I need some additional information. You scheduled this hearing. You've had an opportunity to file paperwork. It appears that the other party is here and is taking time out. Is there a reason that we can't, that you need to submit medical evidence in this matter?
Yeah, I was going to get some medical from CMAR from my counseling to show that I have had to go to continuing counseling over this matter for PTSD, and that I do feel afraid and worry all the time, Your Honor. And I really feel confused on a daily basis. I can't concentrate. And I just feel afraid because the respondent keeps sending her boyfriend over to my house. And over the weekend, there was numerous occasions where she had sent her boyfriend over to my boyfriend's house. And then he came over here and told me that the respondent was
I'm going to stop you there.
him, and that if
Ma'am,
he
I'm going to cut you off there.
Okay. All right. All right.
I'm asking, none of the claims that you have entered as part of this involve an assault. Is there any reason that I need to be aware of medical things? I understand that you're frustrated, that you may be dealing with frustrations, you may be dealing with some degree of anxiety, but I don't see anything in here that is relevant to whether or not this took place. So the question of medical information is, I need to know, is there a medical reason that you cannot continue this hearing, or have you been assaulted as part of this process?
Oh, no, I haven't been assaulted. No.
Okay.
I would just like to have some continuance so I could submit.
All right, well, ma'am, I hear your request for continuance and I'm going to deny it. You've had an opportunity to bring your case. The other party is here. We're moving forward today. So ma'am, I need you to tell me, I've had a chance to review the file, but in your own words, what is taking place here?
I feel like the respondent has been keeping me under observation in my home, and this dates back to 2023. And I've had continuous problems with her, and I've done nothing to her to make her feel a certain way. I'm very polite and respectful, but she's been making me feel afraid in my home. She's been harassing me and stealing my internet and my Wi-Fi. And I've had to, I have another video.
All right, someone has joined in under the
I'm sorry about that.
Zoom.
I don't know why my video went out.
Sir, are you?
Oh, okay.
You don't appear to be a party in this matter, but may I have your name?
Dantrell Fogel.
All right.
I can't get my video.
Are you here for the civil protection order calendar, sir?
No, sir. I didn't know which link to use.
All right. I think you're in the wrong courtroom. Can I have your full name again one more time?
All right. Dantrell Fogel.
All right.
All right.
I can't get my video up.
Mr. Fogel, we'll send you a link in the chat, but you're supposed to be in courtroom 2.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Ms. Yell, please continue. I see that your video is turned off, but you're welcome to continue. Is there anything else you'd like me to consider?
Yeah. Yeah, Your Honor, that basically the respondent has been hacking into my Wi-Fi and then turning off my computer somehow by remote access. And I don't know how the hacking's done, but this has been a continuous thing since 2023. And I've had to do everything to secure my network and my passwords. And it's just been a complete nightmare for me to keep continuously to do this. It costs me money. I've already installed 3 cameras around my home. I doubly lock my doors because the respondent sends her boyfriend over to my house so many times that I feel afraid on a daily basis. I'm so confused. I can't think straight. Um, uh, Also, Your Honor, the respondent has been calling names every day. She said she hates me. Her words were, "I hate that effing bitch." And then she tells me to F you every day. And then I provided documentation with that in one of my declarations. I have a timeline of that I submitted of each time that she's called names. And this dates back to 2020, all the year of 2023, and the whole year of 2000, and this year. So this has been going on for some time. And I don't know if you did get that declaration statement.
I've had a
of the
chance to
dates
review
and
everything
times. I
you've
can go over
submitted
the
in this
dates and
matter.
times if you'd like of every time. Oh,
I've
okay.
had a chance to review
All
what
right.
you've submitted. Is there
Okay,
anything
and
else you'd
then
like me to consider, ma'am?
basically I guess just the incident over the weekend. That would be about it. That whatever happened over the weekend here.
All right, what do you want me to know about?
Well, the respondent, she basically spent intimidating me and using coercive control to make me feel afraid. And well, I talked to one of the neighbors, and he told me that if I follow through with this restraining order, there can be dire consequences. Then when I came home, my boyfriend told me that the respondent and her boyfriend been harassing him to sign something, and that if he didn't, then she would get a lawyer. And then on Sunday, uh, I heard a knock on the door, and then the respondent's boyfriend was over there, not at the door, and I didn't answer the door. I just I didn't even open the door. I just didn't answer the door. And then when I looked at my video evidence over the weekend, I seen that the respondent is right in front of my camera, right in view, and then taking a picture of my house. And that's what happened over the weekend. Now, that's all I can say, Your Honor. Thank you.
Right.
I'm really nervous, and
Yeah.
it's hard for me to explain myself and speak up for myself.
All right. Ms. Curtis,
So I have a really hard time explaining myself. I have anxiety.
All right, thank you, Ms. Yao. Ms. Curtis, I'm going to turn to you. What would you like me to know about this matter?
Gosh, I don't even know where to start. So, I've not talked to this lady. The last time I talked to her was when she came over to my house, I think January, in the middle of the night, screaming at me and my boyfriend about how we're stalking her or something. That was the last time I ever even said any words to her at all. I don't even talk to her. I purposely avoid her and don't even look at her house when I go outside for this purpose right here, because I know she does this stuff when, I don't know, manic episode, whatever it is. I have cameras around my house, 24/7 surveillance for this reason specifically. And I know she has cameras too. So thank God she has cameras, because any of the accusations she's made should be on camera, right? Like there would be some evidence of them. There's nothing. I don't even talk to her. I don't have time for this. I work 2 jobs. I'm hardly ever home, and I'm gonna move now because of this situation. This is causing me a lot of grief and unnecessary. It's just I don't. have any reason to steal her Wi-Fi. I have my own Wi-Fi. That's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what, I've never said a word to her ever purposely. I don't even look at her. I don't even really know what else to say. I don't have time for this. It's been going on, and it's an ongoing thing with her for quite a while now. And the accusations she makes about I put something in her boyfriend's drink and asked him for money. I've never been late on my rent one time ever in life. I don't have any complaints with my landlord or any other neighbors. And she thought that me and her boyfriend had some sort of weird affair thing shortly after I moved in, and that's what spiked this whole thing. That her boyfriend, because he lives on this side, she lives on this side. Her boyfriend told my boyfriend that she thought we were sleeping together, some crazy, and that's what started the whole ordeal.
Got it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Curtis. I think I understand what's going on here.
Okay.
Based off of the statements of both parties and the files in the record, I'm going to deny this request for a protection order. I don't believe that there is sufficient evidentiary basis to do so. And based off of the testimony of both parties, I don't believe that there is reason to issue a protection order. So I'm going to deny this order. That will conclude this hearing. If either of you need a copy of this paperwork, it will be available through the court website. Call the court if you have any questions. That will conclude today's hearing. Otherwise, I have no appearances from any other parties on my hearing calendar. So this will conclude Thurston County District Court. If you're watching at home, have a good day.